Hey fine art fans, it's Amy O'Neill with the Dallas Opera, and today I'm going to give you my synopsis for our upcoming production of Pelleas and Melisande. This time I have something very special planned. I've been granted exclusive access into the Dallas Museum of Art's current Impressionist exhibition, The Impressionist Revolution from Monet to Matisse. Cool. Now let's go run around the museum alone. Before we get too far into the opera, I'd like to talk a little bit about art. Now, as photography rose to prominence at the end of the 19th century, visual artists began experimenting with new techniques to try and capture the impression of a moment rather than depiction of reality. In Debussy's Pelleas and Melisande, you'll hear lush orchestrations that often capture the unspoken truths that underlie each scene. Debussy, a pioneer composer of the Impressionist movement, crafted Pelleas and Melisande as a way to break away from traditional opera structures and delve into a more nuanced and atmospheric form of musical storytelling. The opera, which premiered in 1902, reflects Impressionism's focus on evoking mood and emotion through subtle and textured layers of sound. Much like an Impressionist painting captures fleeting moments and sensations with its brushstrokes. Debussy's use of orchestrations is deliberately restrained and subtle, creating a dreamlike quality that blurs the lines between fantasy and reality, which mirrors the ambiguous and introspective themes of the story, but also as a profound musical expression of Impressionist ideals. Now, our production of Pelleas and Melisande at the Dallas Opera is a new production and may not have castles and caves as older productions may have had. Our production is set at the turn of the century, and you'll just have to buy a ticket and come see the differences for yourself. Act 1 opens on Golaud. He's lost, and he stumbles upon a crying girl at a fountain. We meet Melisande, mysterious and weepy, refuses to spill the tea on her backstory. Golaud decides to take Melisande with him. What could possibly go wrong? Back at home base, Genevieve, Golaud's mom, informs Grandpa Arkel that Golaud has gone rogue and married Melisande without permission. Scandalous! Shh, quiet in the museum. Enter Pelleas, Golaud's half-brother, who wants to go visit a dying friend, but then Grandpa Arkel guilt-trips him into staying to meet the new mystery wife. Act 2, Pelleas and Melisande take a stroll to a well. Because why not? Well, Melisande is doing main character things like playing with her reflection, and then she drops her wedding ring down the well right as the clock strikes noon. Cue dramatic music. Uh-oh moment. How do we tell Golaud that she's lost her wedding ring? Pelleas suggests honesty, which might just be the first bad idea of the day. Accidents happen. Golaud gets thrown from his horse right at noon. Coincidence? I think not. So now Golaud is bedridden, and Melisande, who's supposed to be nursing him back to health, she's like, I'm just like not really enjoying myself right now. I'm just like not loving life, to this guy who just got kicked off his horse and is bedridden. So then Golaud notices her ring is missing. He's like, hey girl, where's that bling I got you? Melisande panics and she says that she lost it. But she doesn't just say that she lost it. She builds on this lie unnecessarily. You know, she just like comes up with all these unnecessary details to cover her tracks and Golaud, in true "this is fine" fashion, insists that she goes and looks for the ring immediately and to take Pelleas with her. For company, of course. Cue ominous music. Side note, I have been fighting with the lighting in here the entire time. Pelleas and Melisande have this awkward late-night chat by her window. He's mesmerized by her Rapunzel-length hair and likes to play with it, it's not creepy at all. Golaud steps out of the shadows like a horror movie villain and tells them to stop being kids, because nothing says mature like sneaking up on people in the dark. Golaud drags Pelleas to an underground pool and tells him to stay away from Melisande because, plot twist, she's pregnant. The least bit of excitement could risk her health. Pelleas is totally weirded out, and he's relieved when they get out of there, but the tension is real. Golaud later grills his son Ignolde from his first marriage about Pelleas and Melisande, and the kid innocently spills that Pelleas and Melisande are always together. Then Golaud gets really suspicious and hoists Ignolde up to spy into Melisande's room, and he sees Pelleas enter, and they're just staring in silence at a light. What even is going on? Pelleas, in classic I'm Leaving Town style, arranges a goodbye with Melisande by the well, as if this well hasn't caused enough trouble already. Meanwhile, Grandpa Arkel is telling Melisande that her youth and beauty is supposed to make everything less gloomy. Golaud completely loses his cool, accuses Melisande of all sorts of things, throws her to the ground, drags her by her hair. Not really sure what our production's going to do specifically, but it's not great for Melisande. Grandpa Arkel is horrified, and Golaud is clearly past the point of caring. Ignold is playing with a little golden ball, loses it between some stones because why not? Meanwhile, a shepherd nearby leads some sheep to slaughter. Symbolism alert. Shepherd leads sheep to slaughter. Shepherd leads sheep to slaughter. Say that 5 times fast. Night falls. Pelleas and Melisande meet at the well. They confess their love, finally, and share a desperate kiss. Golaud, lurking in the dark like a rejected bachelor contestant, kills Pelleas and then chases Melisande into the night. Melisande, now a new mom, is dying after giving birth prematurely. Golaud is racked with guilt and is still trying to get answers about Pelleas, but Melisande remains frustratingly innocent. Realizing that he'll never find peace, Golaud is left to stew in his own torment. Melisandre's child is brought to her, but she only sees sadness in her face. Grandpa Arkel leads shattered Golaud away, resigned to the fact that it is now the child's turn to bear the family's tragic legacy. This is a very sad and intense opera. Despite its mixed reception, Pelleas and Melisande has become recognized as one of the masterpieces of 20th century opera, profoundly influencing the development of modern music with emphasis on expression and impression over overt drama. The lighting in here is either working violently against me or very much with me. Pelleas and Melisande's unique musical and dramatic structure has earned a special place in the canon where it continues to be admired and performed worldwide. Be sure to come catch this beautiful exhibition before it closes November 3rd. Come see Pelleas and Melisande at the Winspear. Visit dallasopera.org for more info and tickets.